Thanks so much, Cheryl. We've been all talking about it this morning, the first GOP debate tomorrow night on the Fox News Channel about which candidate is best for business. Joining us right now is the CEO of Overstock, Patrick Byrne, joining us on set. Patrick, good to see you.
Marie, it's an honor to be on.
As we all anticipate tomorrow's big debate, who do you think would be best for business?
Well, I think ultimately it's Ron Paul. He's the only one who understands the Federal Reserve and the damage it's doing to the country.
So you think it's all about the Fed?
Oh, I think it's all about the Fed. That's the most, it's Milton Friedman was once asked in 1992 in a Fed interview, what's the most important problem facing America? And he told the Federal Reserve reporter the single most important problem facing America is how do we get rid of you, the Federal Reserve?
Although Bernanke kept saying he was a fan of Milton Friedman. He was just doing what Milton Friedman would have wanted him to do.
Well, no, it's so.
We should mention, by the way, you knew Milton very well.
I did. I was
carried on his work.
Well, we have the 17 candidates on that we're talking about in the GOP, and tomorrow night we'll see 10 of them. Donald Trump front and center. Who out of those 10 do you think would be best for business?
Well, Trump won't do the really stupid things. He won't raise taxes. He will try to fight the increase in government spending. There's other things I find unappealing about Mr. Trump, but I don't like the way he speaks. I didn't like the way he speaks to John McCain, and I thought it was kind of hateful how he addressed the immigration issue with Mexico. Although he raises a point, I think we've got to make an effort to be sort of loving as we.
Sounds like you like Donald Trump.
Well, I don't like his style. I don't like the bombast, but he's a smart, capable guy. I like Ron Paul more. Is he not going to be in the top 10? But Rand Paul?
He is.
Okay.
Senator Paul will be there. And actually, Donald Trump, as a businessman for so many years, has created thousands and thousands of jobs, whereas the governors and the senators who are running in this race have been hamstrung, certainly the governors have, by the oppressive policies of Barack Obama in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, well, Washington is part of the problem, not part of the solution. There's it's actually a good field. It's the first time I can think in my lifetime there's a bunch of capable fellows in there. There's Scott Walker.
And lady.
And lady, Jeb
Crowley
Bush.
Fiorina, yeah.
I've spent some time with Jeb Bush on a couple occasions. He's a smart guy. He's a guy that if you met in a business setting, he would almost keep up with you, Maria. If you met he's a very capable, smart guy.
But the American public, do you think that they are going to go with the anti-establishment, anti-government message now instead of the government can do more for you message of the other side?
One would hope. One would hope that they would have learned, but I think they haven't gotten the joke yet. I think we haven't quite seen the end of the Obama administration and understand the real cost of these policies.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, we would just keep looking at this. We had a jobs number this morning that was a disappointment, although the market seems to be interpreting that as the Fed's not going to budge anytime soon. We keep hearing from companies, business leaders, that this isn't a business-friendly environment, that it's still tough to hire, it's tough to thrive, they're not spending money that they actually have. What would it take from the government level to improve the state of business for you to run your business?
Well, what they should do is eliminate the minimum wage. The first thing, they should simplify the tax code. They should probably reunite they should simplify the tax code into probably one flat rate, maybe with a negative income tax attached to it. There's just so many things they could do, but they are the handbrake on the economy as it stands.
I'm glad you mentioned minimum wage, because this whole movement to go to $15 an hour for minimum wage is expected to put some businesses out of business.
Oh, it's a nut job. What the right thing to do with the minimum wage is eliminate it. The minimum wage is a direct attack on black Americans. And if you look back at the history of the minimum wage, it was absolutely instituted to protect northern white workers from the competition of southern blacks. It's absolutely racist. It absolutely is a hammer on the standard of living of black people.
Wow. We got to talk about what you announced yesterday, Patrick. Overstock now issuing digital bonds. First New York Securities just purchased $5 million of them. Digital bonds, is that the future of the bond market? Tell us how this is going to work.
It is. Well, we have used the technology underlying the Bitcoin movement. Now, this isn't about Bitcoin, but the technology underlying it can be used to recreate Wall Street on a system, create like a crypto version of Wall Street that can't be gamed, can't be rigged. All the scandals you've been hearing about for 6 or 7 years can't be done. And we demonstrated it by issuing the first crypto bond. And there's more to come.
And you invested $500,000 of your own dollars in it, right?
I eat my own cooking. Yep. But then First New York, a great company called First New York, bought $5 million of it. I have to say the law firm Bracewell Giuliani did an amazing thing stitching this together for us. And so we got through all the regulatory.
The SEC approved?
Well, the crypto bond didn't have to be SEC approved, but there's a lot of other things going on that do require the SEC approval, and they and Jones Day and Perkins Coie are sort of gradually working us through the SEC regulatory process.
And real quick before you go, you said right now you're not necessarily seeing a big sort of consumer appetite out there. From a customer standpoint, how do you characterize things?
Well, I think that things have got fairly soft in our economy starting in June. I think those numbers are going to start coming out. Everything, with the exception of everything related to housing. Housing is being inflated by the Fed. They're driving these housing. And so when people buy new houses, they buy furniture and stuff. So all that's going well. But we do a lot of analysis of traffic and such to competitor sites. And we see that just about everything but furniture and housing related products is starting to get really soft in the economy.
All right. We will leave it there. Patrick, great to have you on the show today.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you so much. Best of luck with the digital bonds.
Thank you.
Patrick Byrne, Overstock CEO. We'll be right back.